Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go!
Do you have absolute certainty on how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for?
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the Unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. And I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people.
If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes.
Do you think that worked?
Mr. Callier, are you with us? We're having some tech difficulties, but so hold tight, everyone. Welcome to The Real Raw. Thank you for saying yes to being here, for being willing to try something new, something different. And can you all hear me okay?
Yes,
There's
Gina,
Sean.
we can hear you
All
okay.
Right. Wonderful.
Happy
Thank you, Sean.
Wednesday to all. Thank you all for being here. G-Money, who do we have?
We have Steve Fry, Sean, joining us. He is from Manalapan, New Jersey, around the corner here from me. Do you know any affected geek translators, Sean?
I do not.
You do now. Mr. Steve Fry, that is his self-proclamation, an HR master, national sales manager. He hosts a weekly show on Fridays called It's Always Friday. Welcome, Mr. Steve Fry, to The Real Raw.
Good to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, Steve, welcome. It'll be officially be Friday on this Why Wednesday in honor of your presence. And please, Steve, what is your fun fact?
Fun fact. I would put this in the category of one of those secret desires. I've always been a people person ever since I could open my mouth, and I've always had a secret desire to be a game show host. So some people might find that cheesy. I like to have a lot of fun and have trivia games with groups of people. So what can I tell you?
Well, Steve, since you went there, you do sound like a game show host. So I'm feeling that. And what if you're going to host a game show, what game show would you host, Steve?
Interesting. One's nowadays.
No, go back, like ever, like nowadays or ever. Like what would be your ultimate fantasy recreation, creation of, or existing game show that Steve would be the host of?
You know, I'd be remiss if I didn't say Jeopardy, because I do like trivia, and the fact came up that they needed a replacement host as of late. I threw my name in the hat. Wasn't my day for that, but I've always liked to travel as well. So when they made a game show out of Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, I thought that was great, and I would love to remake it actually.
That's amazing. Were you ever a fan of Wink Martindale on Tic Tac Toe? Did you ever see that back in the day?
Yes, I did. Tic-tac-toe, card sharks, press your luck. I've seen all of them, baby.
Yeah. My fun fact is I would pretend I was sick so I could stay home and watch Card Sharks, Tic-tac-toe, Price is Right, and Joker's Wild. Steve, welcome to the party.
Great to be here. Thanks for having me, Sean.
Awesome. Gina.
Sean, this former British Army soldier, after
Wait, Gina,
he served...
Gina, didn't you used to turn the cards over on Card Sharks? Didn't you used to turn the cards over on Card Sharks?
That was me. You remember? I haven't aged.
I do. Outstanding. That's where I knew you from. All right, G-Money, who we got?
He was a British Army soldier, Sean. He had PTSD severely afterwards, and so his mission became to help people live better lives through personal growth, elevated state. He's a world-renowned speaker, leader, helping thousands find peace, and he is a Tony Robbins Platinum Partner. Welcome, Baz Porter, joining us from LA. Welcome to the Real Raw.
Baz, welcome, Baz.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you for protecting the free world as an ally of this country and the world, first of all. And second of all, what is your fun fact?
I am a karaoke buff. I get my fix out of karaoke, is my fun fact.
I love it. And what is your favorite karaoke song to sing?
She's Like the Wind with Patrick Swayze.
That's amazing. I love that. That is absolutely awesome. Well, welcome. And that is truly a fun fact on this Why Wednesday. So welcome to the party. And how long have you been a Platt for?
Only a couple of months. I did a UPW in June virtually, and then I was hooked. And I'm doing business mastery at the end of this month. I've done or doing other stuff with them as well. It's just an awesome community. It's an honor to be a part of it, as it's an honor to be here today.
Well, that's awesome, brother. From one Platt brother to another, welcome to the party.
Thank you.
Thank you. Gina, we got some judges.
We have joining us from Sarasota. He's a medical device master delivering value-based technology for spine surgeons and hospitals. And, oh, by the way, he won a gold medal in speed skating. Sean and Bella, welcome Greg Malik to the Real Raw.
Woo! Greg, awesome, brother. And where did you win the gold medal?
It was a World Cup. First one held in the U.S. was actually partly in Orlando and partly in Tampa. So that was convenient because it was up the street.
Wow. Greg, that's extraordinary, brother. To win a world championship in anything, mind-blowing. Congratulations on that. And that's a fun fact in and of itself. We got a gold medalist here. That's insane. But also, any other fun facts you want to share?
Well, I'm generous in that I don't try to sing karaoke, but I do have a double master's in classical music.
Nice. May I share a fun fact with you, Greg?
Please.
Yes. I got a C+ in music humanities at Columbia University. And when they put the musical things they have to read there, I had no idea what the hell was going on. So maybe you could teach me someday. But welcome to the Real Raw.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you. Gina.
Next, we have Yamila Rodriguez out of Louisville, Kentucky. Sean and Bella. She's a brand. She calls herself the brand translator. She's a brand leader, formerly with Procter & Gamble. Featured in Forbes, by the way, a TEDx speaker, 3-time #1 best-selling author. Welcome, Yamila Rodriguez, to the Real Raw.
Yamila is in the house. Yamila, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Yeah, congratulations on all your extraordinary accomplishments. And what is your fun fact?
Yeah, little birdie told me that you love Star Wars, and I was an intern at Hasbro working on Star Wars, and I got to make action figures. And I actually was very lucky because I worked on episode 1 when nobody could see the movie yet. We had just pictures of everything, and we had to make these action figures. But I got to design the gun for Padme because she didn't have one.
That's amazing. I love this, Yamila. This is absolutely extraordinary.
May the force be with you.
Yeah.
And Sean, it's Yamilka. I messed
Gina?
up, so I know you like to get the names right. Yamilka.
Okay, yeah,
It's my
Yamilka.
bad. Sorry.
I'm sorry about that. Yeah, sorry. I was modeling Gina Yamilka. My apologies. And what what was it? Did you happen to work on or see any of like the Darth Maul toys? Because I think Darth Maul is one of the coolest, most bizarre characters in the history of Star Wars.
Oh yeah, we get to see all kinds of stuff. And actually it was really cool because I wasn't really a Star Wars fanatic, but I got the job because I wasn't a Star Wars fanatic. But then I had to learn everything about, I went through thousands and thousands of pictures of all those characters in the movie, episode 1.
Amazing. So final question. Who is your least favorite Star Wars character?
I have to say that Jar Jar Binks.
Poor Jar Jar. Jar Jar is like the most abused, beaten down character in the history of Star Wars. But you're not alone in that. And I want to pronounce it. I want to make sure I get it absolutely correctly. So it's Yamilka?
Yes, it's Yamilka. Yes, perfect.
Yamilka. Okay, thank you. So, well, congratulations. And we will make sure that we do not make any references to Jar Jar Binks for this entire episode. So, Yamilka, thank you so much. G-Money.
This gentleman works with our very own Melissa Billman. He's an EXP real estate rock star and a former physical therapist out of Idaho Falls. Welcome, Phil Bates, to The Real Raw.
Hi. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Hey, Phil, thank you so much for being here. And what is your fun fact, my friend?
Yeah, it seems like there's a karaoke theme going. But I had mentioned that, and a lot of people don't know this about me, but I've taken a few first place positions in some contests for karaoke.
Whoa.
That is amazing. Singing what? What are your top 2 karaoke songs?
Okay, well, I won with Journey's Faithfully.
Nice.
Yeah, and I don't know that a lot of people know who Danzig is, but Glenn Danzig was sort of back in the punk scene back in the 80s, and he made a big hit called Mother, and so I sang that as well.
All right, we got talent all over the place. We got karaoke championships, world speed skaters, like top making Star Wars toys. What more do we have here? Oh, I think, Gina, we have the influence sorceress, do we not?
Yes, we do, Sean. You tell us about her.
This woman not only today is sourcing talent to grow your business, because what's harder than finding talent to market and sell? And the differences in the ability to influence people are not linear, they're not exponential, but they're often infinite differences. And this woman knows it, understands it, and makes it happen, sourcing, marketing, sales, talent, creating, training, and building that talent. How did she start? 8-year-old selling crafts on her front lawn, late teen 7-figure earner in the space of network marketing, mid-20s. I didn't say mid-40s, I said mid-20s, #1 business broker in the state of Nevada. And now, yes, president, CEO, chief influence sourcers of Line Talent, the one, the only, Bella Verita. Bella Verita, welcome on this Fly Wednesday.
Why, thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
And what is your fun fact?
I didn't know there was a karaoke theme going on, but I feel like I should just chime in on this karaoke theme. For one, I can't sing karaoke for squat. But if you're lucky, I might call you and leave you a voice memo, and I might sing to you and tell you how much I love you. That's about as far as I can do with karaoke. Unless I've had a few cocktails and it's just for fun. But there you go. That's my fun fact.
Well, that is a beautiful and wonderful fun fact, Bella Verita, co-host of The Real Raw. Gina Ricci, we love you. We thank you for launching us. And peace out from the multiverse, my friends.
Peace out, everyone. Thanks for being here. Hope to see you again soon. Ciao.
Bye, Gina.
Thank you. Bella Verita, are you ready?
I am ready. What are we doing again,
though? Who is going first?
Let's go with Mr. Bass. Did I say that right?
You did indeed, yes.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you.
All right. So what we're doing right now is we're going hello to yes. because everything starts after yes. And our selling, our marketing, our leading, our managing, our recruiting, our fundraising, for profit, not for profit, all of it begins after yes. But not like pitching, hooking, closing yes. Integrous influence, true conveyance of ideas from us to someone else, received and acted upon. Integrous influence. Bella will be anybody you want her to be that you'd be seeking a yes from. So that's who would you like Bella of Rita to be?
How about, would you be, Bella, Tony Robbins?
Oh, we love this. Ooh. Yes. And Bella, you look a lot like him.
Yeah, about half his size. I think like my head is the size of his hand. But
Yes. And you have met him up close and personal for sure. So let's take us in, Bella Rita. I'm sorry, let's take us in, Tony.
Hello, this is Tony.
Good afternoon, Tony. How are you today?
Very busy, Baz. I'm sure you can imagine. But how can I serve you?
I appreciate your time and thank you for having this time with me. I'm here to support humanity. I have quite an extensive journey to get where I am today. And I was wondering, what do you find impactful for humanity?
What a great question, Baz. And I just want to make sure I understand, like, you're one of our like Platinum members or something, right?
That's correct, yes. A recent member, but yes. And I'm enjoying the journey.
Yes. I'm so glad to hear that you are enjoying the journey. And you know what? I think it's to unleash the human potential.
Okay. Within that, how do you classify it under unleashing the human potential?
What do you mean? How do I classify it?
Well, we do it individually or we do it in groups. But how would you take someone from being where they are to elevating their state of awareness and reaching?
Well, Beth, I mean, you've been to our events. I'm sure you're very familiar with.
Yes, I am. However, I just want to hear it from your voice and for you to, so I can understand it from your own words.
What is it that you'd like to understand?
What potential do you see in humanity as itself?
Well, I think everybody has their own individual potential, and you know, the potential of what people are what they have available to them is different for each human being, right? So as you well know, you know, I was a janitor, and you know, when I was sweeping and mopping floors, I knew there was something more inside of me, but I don't know that all humans know that. I think some do, and I saw a vision for myself. I knew inside of me what my potential was, and I think really my job is to help people identify what their potential is, because you know, for some women, you know, their biggest potential may be they want to be a mom, and that's it. And whereas for somebody else, you know, they want to be a Fortune 500, you know, business owner, or maybe going to the moon. So the potential for everybody is individual, and it's our job to help them discover what that is.
That's awesome. I know you're well respected in your field, and I admire what you do. I think we're very much aligned in the fact that I went from being of honor within the British forces to having nothing, being homeless and an addict, changing my life and traveling the world and inspiring others. I want to now take that to a different level of helping people.
That's my phone, Baz. I have about like maybe 15 more seconds and I got to wrap this up.
No problem. I want to have that go to the next level and then explore that within other people and take it to humanitarian level, so I impact the world. Would you be interested in something like this or learning more?
Yeah, it might be worth a conversation. I've got to run for now, but I'll have someone on the team reach out to you, and maybe at the next event we can talk about it.
Perfect. I would really appreciate that, and thank you very much for your time.
You got it, Baz. Thank you.
Hey, Tony, you got a quick phone call, Tony. It's the people to clean the cold plunge. So could you please come and help them out?
Coming to clean up cold plunge. Yes. How did I do as your good friend, as your good friend Tony Robbins, Sean? How did I do?
You did very, very well. And P.S., I would never call Tony Robbins my friend first, but Tony Robbins has publicly called me his dear friend. So I accept that with honor and call him my friend. So I just want to make sure nobody was confused that we're name dropping in the process. There were Tony, more on that later, potentially. But yes, Bella, you did an extraordinary job. And P.S., Tony Robbins is the real deal. I've had the privilege and honor of seeing him in front of the camera, behind the camera, all the different positions and places. And he is absolutely an extraordinary human being and beyond, I think, what most people could ever even perceive. So thank you for that. Bella, wonderful job. Baz, excellent job as well. Your heart-centered, your story is powerful. It provokes curiosity, builds a desire to know more. And we'll see what the judges have to say in a little bit. But really, thank you for your courage and vulnerability and sharing a bit of access to that journey. Bella, which way are we going now?
I think it's Mr. Steven. He's ready to rock and roll.
All
Sounds
right,
like my cue.
Steven, are you ready?
Ready, baby. Ready. Let's do it.
Yeah, Steve, do you prefer Steve or Steven? I want to make sure I say it right.
I like Steve, Sean, but when people introduce me, if they say Steve Fry really quickly, sometimes people don't understand what they're saying.
Great. Okay, so Steve, no problem. So Steve, who would you like Bella to be?
I would like Bella to be the head of a large insurance agency.
Ooh, this is a fun one. So Bella likes being the boss, Steve. So Bella, you're the boss. Take us in.
Hello, this is Bella.
Hi, Bella. My name's Stephen Fry. I'm with a company called Extensis HR. How you doing?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
Good. Listen, I was told I should give you a call by some of your colleagues in the industry. I do a fair amount of work with the financial and insurance services industry here in the area. Was wondering if you had a couple minutes to just chat about potential business opportunity.
Yeah, who was it exactly that told you to call me?
So it was my friend Cole DeAngelis from a company called Dixie Insurance Agency.
Okay, yes, know him very well. Okay, yeah, please continue.
Yeah, so Bella, my company's called Extensis HR. Have you ever heard of us?
Maybe, but it kind of sounds familiar, but I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I get that a lot. It's not male enhancement medicine or anything like that. Extensis actually, it comes from acting as an extension of small and medium-sized business, as well as their trusted advisors. See, we're a human capital management organization, a workforce solution. We provide payroll outsourcing services, human resources services, group benefits consulting, including group health insurance and workers' compensation, things that a lot of insurance brokers tend to specialize in, risk and compliance work from both the state and federal level. Big thing about our organization is most of our business, Bella, is driven from the financial and insurance professional community. A lot of companies in this industry very often will present themselves as partners to folks in your position and in the position of the folks who work for you. But they can end up competing with financial and insurance professionals. Greater than 95% of my business is done in partnership with financial and insurance professionals, where we can act as an extension of those small, medium-sized business owners who don't want to be burdened with administrative tasks that are consistently changing on a regular basis, but also folks who are looking to grow their business and have a long-term solution for infrastructure. But in the act of that, also acting as an extension of the advisors themselves. So if the folks that work in your business have not seized the opportunity to partner with an organization like mine, I would love to potentially put something on the calendar where I can speak to your entire staff and present the solution, and whoever might be interested in seizing the opportunity, it could be a found stream of revenue for you guys. Would you be open to that?
I'm always open to more revenue.
You'd be shocked at how often I get that response, Bella, but I never met somebody who liked money that didn't like just a little bit more. On a related note, I love working with small, medium-sized business owners and their trusted advisors so much. I started doing my own weekly live talk show Fridays at 11 a.m. on a station called talkradio.nyc. And I've heard you've done a couple of shows as of late. I would love the opportunity to interview you. I'd love to invite you to be on the show.
Sounds fantastic. I will set you up with my assistant and we'll get it scheduled.
Great. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
All right. Steve, excellent job. Steve, do you think Bella Rita likes money?
I'm getting that impression, Sean.
Bella
like
Rita, do you
shoes.
like money?
I like money. I like shoes. I like money. All the things. My landlord even came by today and he's like, listen, I'm gonna have to like, move you to a different property because I do Airbnbs. He's like, I gotta move you to a different property. I gotta raise. And I was like, I will definitely pay you whatever because I'm not moving and I like this place. So money buys the things you love.
That is very true. So excellent job. So let's go to our fine friends. Let's start with Greg. Greg, 30 seconds of feedback, please. 15 seconds what worked, 15 seconds on, what could be optimized, and then a score on a scale of 1 to 10. And let us start with, let's go with Baz first. What do you have?
So first, Baz, I think your mission is at the root is really positive, and I think you do a really good job at trying to get into that humanity space. I was a little unclear, and I think Bella did a great job also with your specific ask of how to support humanity. That you might, so the positive is I thought your engagement was good. You asked questions, fantastic result, honestly. You started off with a very little bit of a lead and you asked quite a few questions on the front end. I really was impressed by that. Maybe the only feedback I would say is I'm not sure that Bella was really clear on, or Tony was clear on what exactly you did. So some of the time spent in your 3 minutes was allocated to sort of orienting what the clarity of your ask was. And I would.
Your score for him is on a scale of 1 to 10?
I'd give you a 9. I think that was really excellent, nicely executed.
Excellent. Great job, Baz.
Thank you.
So Greg, what'd you have for Steve?
And Steve, I think
what'd you have for Steve?
I'm going to be very self-defacing here. So real quick, I've got 30 seconds to share it. I did exactly what you just did. So it's out of love and support. I think your engagement was great. You had a sense of what it is you wanted to share with Bella, but there was also on the other side, flip side, because I've got 10 left, is it was a lot more giving of the information and not as exploratory. I think you'll feel that as I did immediately as well. The feedback, I'd score you an 8, but only because it was a lot of share on the front end without a lot of engagement and probe on in the exchange.
And your score for him is?
An 8.
Greg, excellent job. Yamilka, please, what did you have for Baz?
Yeah, so Baz, what I would say, I'm an expert at archetypes, and I've archetyped Tony Robbins. He's a hero. So the opposite of hero is a caregiver. And so he really cares about people. He wants to support people. That's the opposite. That's his super fan, what I call. So what I would say is he probably needed for you to be a little bit more tangible. Okay, to be more specific and exactly what you mean. You have a big vision for what you want, but he really wants the specificity and to tell him exactly what you need.
Yeah. And your score for him is?
Sorry, the score is 1 to 10?
Yeah.
I would give him a 7.
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you, Milka. And how about for Steve?
So Steve was, I have a little bit of the same feedback. Steve, I would say that you really want to get to know your customer. So really asking her questions and questions and questions to really understand what she needs and what she wants. And I felt like you filled up the conversation. So it would have been nice to hear a little bit more what her difficulties was and what her understanding that she really needed from someone.
And did you give him a score?
7 too.
Thank you, Milka. Thank you very much. And how about, let's go Phil. Phil, what'd you have for Baz?
Yeah, Baz, my first initial reaction with Baz is that like his first or his second sentence was a question to Bella or Tony. And I thought, being in my experience as a realtor, engaging with a potential client is being exploratory. That's the biggest thing, I feel like I can do to engage somebody, and because everybody wants to tell you about themselves, right? So Baz did a great job with his initial question right out of the beginning. And so I felt like that was amazing. I think, though, he could have explored a little more about how he could use those answers from those questions to engage him a little bit better. And then, of course, setting an appointment with him somehow, which he did. I just didn't think it was as direct as I probably would have been. So as far as the score goes, I'd probably give him an 8.
Nice.
And how about for Steve?
Steve was like very confident. I took that from the beginning about Steve, and so being in a business that you're engaging with people, if you're not confident in yourself, you're gonna have some problems with trying to get people to say yes. And so Steve, you were amazing in that, and so I felt like I was ready to say yes whenever, just because you exuded this confidence. You could tell you knew what you were doing. And so, but I also felt like maybe, you could have been more questionary to her as well. And so, even so, though, I'd probably give you a 9 on your score.
Excellent job, Phil. Appreciate that. Bill, Rita, what a great job we had from Greg, Yamilka, Phil, Steve, Baz jumping in the courageous roles of participants. And of course, it takes a lot of courage to be a judge. I don't know. I'm really a little bit nervous.
What about the courage to be a role player? This is hard work, Sean. Knowledge the judges, the participants, and all their hard work. What do you think? I've just been doing napping over here?
Yes, actually, Bella Verita, it is very difficult for you to be yourself. I understand that, and congratulations on doing such a great job of it. So awesome. Yes. So I think I'm a bit nervous, but I'm up for some more fun. And this time in the day, Bella Verita usually decides she's going to put me in the hot seat, because there's few things in the world Bella Verita likes
Wait,
to do
what do you
more.
mean I usually decide? Like, are you taking this opportunity away from me today? What do you mean usually?
No, it is Bella's decision. So Bella, are you putting me in the hot seat or not? Because she loves to make me uncomfortable.
I am. And all you can't see everybody's face on the screen, but they were a little bit nervous, the fact that you might be taking something away. Like Steven was like, do not take anything away from Bella Verita. So it's a good thing that you did not take this opportunity away from me. So guys, let's pretend Sean's not here for a minute. He's having these technical difficulties. He's probably out playing in the multiverse or something. So let's just pretend he's not here. Somebody here is going to get to put him on the hot seat. Kind of Steve, like you were, Baz, like you were, like, you got to set up a scenario. For me, you get to set up a scenario for the Sean Callaghan. Now, this guy has a $250,000 bet out with Grant Cardone that he can out-influence Grant Cardone on a neutral set of facts. And you know what? Grant Cardone won't even take him up on it. But one of you is going to get to set him up. So does anyone want to volunteer? Raise their hand first. Nobody's brave enough. Everybody's scared. Yamika says she will. Okay, so Yamika, this is what it looks like. You get to set up any scenario as long as it is integrous for Sean Callaghan to go from hello to yes on anything. So now he's had to, this is a very touchy subject, but he's had to convince someone who was not about getting the vaccine to get the vaccine. He has played President Trump that had to convince President Biden to still build the wall. He even had to convince a very conservative New Jersey attorney to go to what I think would be the greatest place on earth, called Burning Man. That was pretty fun. And had to convince someone one time to even get married in 3 minutes to stay in the country. So it could be any scenario, maybe that you would like to see him go from hello to yes that would serve you, or any other purpose. So it looks like you got something in mind. Mika, what do you got?
Can it be like a Star Wars thing?
Sure.
Or you can do anything that you want.
So how would you convince Padme to go to war instead of, not trying to make peace with everything?
Okay. And who which character should I be?
Darth Vader.
Oh.
So they
I am
would
Darth Vader.
together versus, you know, what happened.
Gotcha. Okay, so now that Darth Vader, like that's my mom. Padme is my mom. So am I going like back? And I'm happy to do it. So I'm just like the characters are meeting kind of in the multiverse at a time and space, and I'm convincing her to go to war to like reverse everything that happens. I like that. Does that work? Okay.
This is fun.
Oh, this is very fun. You milk. This is awesome. Okay. So, and will you be Padme?
Sure. I'll be Padme.
Amazing. Okay. Okay.
You got to get in character, Sean.
Yes. And I don't do impersonations and accents, but I can convey the being and the energy. Okay. So Padme, my name is Darth Vader. This may be difficult to believe, but I'm your son. And while Senator Palpatine at this stage seems to be an incredible friend, I have a lot to tell you, and I only have 3 minutes. So Padme, may I ask you this? What is your vision for the planet Naboo? What is your mission as a member of the Galactic Senate? What is it that you're here to do and to cause?
I want the world to be at peace and have this beautiful, beautiful place where we all can grow and we all can have the fruits of the beautiful earth and everything coming together. That is my passion.
I agree. And your heart is so beautiful, so amazing, and so incredible. And what I'm here to share is that not everyone shares your purity, your heart, and your love of people. Is that possible for you to accept that some people may not be truthful and be loving in the way that you are? Can you accept that, Padme?
I can accept that.
So, and this is going to sound utterly unbelievable, so I'll save it till the end. But Senator Palpatine, what if he is not the integrous person you believe him to be? And what if the very blockade that has come upon Naboo that he's a part of? And what if the reason you can't get the help that you need from the Senate is because he is blocking it? And so what I share with you is have a conversation with the Supreme Chancellor. Have a conversation with all the people that Senator Palpatine is telling you are in support of your protection and democracy, and see if the things they tell you are consistent with what he's telling you. And I offer you, if there's any inconsistency, it's because he's lying to you. He's lying to you, and his desire, his need, is to overthrow the galaxy. And while my name is Darth Vader, I'm actually Anakin from the future. That little boy that you came to know. And as unbelievable as this is, we will fall in love and we will have children. And because I will fall for Palpatine's schemes, and you have already, I will accidentally cause your death. And it will destroy my heart and my soul and create darkness and the rise of the empire and the end of the republic and democracy and freedom for the galaxy. I have to go now, but I leave you with this. Verify everything and trust no one. Accept yourself to hear the inconsistencies of what people tell you, and to never forget nothing means nothing. And when those inconsistencies are present, it's because you're being lied to. Protect your heart, but protect your people. Your people need your heart, but they also need the warrior queen that you are. So thank you, and be well. At a roll. All right, Emilka, how'd I do?
Oh my God, that's a huge message. It wasn't just about that. That's a huge message. That is beautiful.
Thank you. Bella Rita, what do you think?
I'm speechless, and that I don't know if that's ever happens. Yeah, I'm just in awe. I am in awe of your mastercraft and the superpower of influence.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you. Baz, how did that land for you, my friend?
Wow. Yeah, just wow. I witnessed you go from vision to the emotion to the playing on the heartstrings and pulling them in, and then delivering a thought for them to think about, which is awesome. Thank you. Privileged to watch.
No, thank you, my friend. And forgive me, everyone, for being off camera today. We had some dynamics longer to talk about than necessary for your time, but appreciate you just having my audio today. That's not obviously how I normally show up here. So thank you for that. Yamilka, back to you. Thank you for that great scenario. Appreciate you enormously. Your energy is fantastic. How was your experience on The Real Raw with us here today?
I really didn't know what to expect. I am so impressed. Really loved it. My passion is human understanding and human connection, and you totally delivered that in this last piece here. So I so appreciate the opportunity, and thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that enormously. Greg, thank you so much for being here. And let me ask you this, Greg. What's a yes? A yes that would be enormously meaningful to you in the world. Could be yes from like a client or a bigger yes that you could seek, but what's a yes that you could create that matters to you enormously?
Ooh. Well, there's a thought. I suppose that one's at the moment. We've had a couple of conversations in the past, so I'll hit that one real time right now. The yes would probably be more an internal yes of myself.
And what yes would you generate from yourself, Greg?
The yes is really directed to exploring the unknown of what's ahead. I made some changes this week professionally, so I'm on that precipice. So therefore, that's why it's a little bit of a different answer than I would otherwise give. And the yes is to really listen, as you just demonstrated with Yamilka, that this is very personal, and connecting with yourself is as powerful as connecting externally. Side note, not to change the subject, but Yamilka blushed when you said you were going to make babies together, and I don't know if anybody else caught that, so we'll have to check that on the recording. But nothing personal. The color returned back to her face after that moment, so you had her there. But I think the yes is really just listen to the self and take the risk that's necessary in the steps ahead.
Well, thank you, Greg. I really appreciate you. And how was your time with us here today?
I find it excellent. Honestly, it was a great reinforcement watching you go through the role play. As Baz said, it's stunning because you have this incredibly effective ability. It's on the Unblinded structure, and honestly, it's everything we understand is the integrous approach and all that. But you have this ability that is to really do something that I learned from the first time I showed up, like Yamilka did today, and Stephen and Baz, is to reconfigure, to really connect with the person you're speaking with, and the message then can have a doorway. So I really took from that. That's why I'm here today as well. Is just to be able to participate at that in this process is really powerful for me as well.
Well, Greg, thank you, brother. Really appreciate you and the beautiful feedback and the presence. I appreciate that. Phil, thank you for being here, man. And how was your time with us in the Real Raw here today?
Yeah, so I have taken a lot from this. I'm pretty new to Unblinded, and you all just seem really impressive. I'm just sort of taken aback with the way you guys sort of hold your conversation and the way you speak, and it's really impressive. So for me today, I've taken quite a bit from just hearing you guys. It's pretty amazing.
Phil, I have to interject. Anybody who can get through Journey faithfully, that's a whole nother level. So that one caught my attention, and I'm thinking if you can get Stephen Perry's vocal tone, it's something special.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
and Phil, sorry, I have to interrupt as well. This is 2 hours ago, I knew nothing about this. This is literally, I've been thrown into the deep end, and it's an honor. It really is. So
I'm very impressed with your abilities, man. You're amazing. So
thank you. It's not. I'm all new to this as well, so we're both in the same boat. Let's swim together.
Awesome.
Awesome. Well, thank you for that, Phil. Thank you for that, Baz. Your story, Baz, holds great interest. Again, thank you for your courage, your bravery, your valor, not only in what you did in your military career, but the courage and vulnerability to share the hero's journey that you've been on. And what a brave and courageous jump in with Tony Robbins. So, Baz, thank you. And truly a wonderful job, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you for the honor and the privilege to be here.
Thank you. And just a quick footnote, because sometimes people come on and they'll say very kind things. Thank you. And well, usually they do. And they'll say, well, you're just kind of born that way with that skill set. I failed freshman high school geometry for the year. I ran for president of my class in 7th grade, and I may have gotten 2 votes if my girlfriend voted for me as well as myself. And that's about the entire extent of the votes that I got. My sophomore year at Columbia University, I ate lunch by myself in my car virtually every day. And, I had many strong introverted tendencies in my life, in my world. And now I have the privilege of a lot of very unique things in my life. And this is a learned and adapted skill set. And we have an event coming up for the 100th anniversary of the American Foundation for the Blind. And we already have Lee Steinberg, who's Jerry Maguire, Roger Clemens, arguably the greatest pitcher in baseball in the last 30 years, committed. We're on the road to another 10 commitments like that, A-list music act. And those things come together because integrous influence truly is a superpower. Mm-hmm. And we're not born that way. It's a developed skill set. So Steve, awesome job, man. I love your voice, your energy, your articulation, all of it. How was your time here with us today?
Yeah, this is a blast. I'm a big proponent, Sean, of it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So I love the way that you positioned the Star Wars scenario. That's, most people would have freaked out and ran away from that. You totally crushed it. So I appreciate the feedback from everybody on asking more questions and getting to know the other side, which is a big part of my makeup. But I definitely wanted to get from hello to yes in 3 minutes. So I tried to go full force for the gusto.
Yeah, no, you're awesome, Steve. And loads to unpack in the micro distinctions, but fundamentally, you have the raw ability to articulate, emotional, energetic transference. Obviously, you're very successful, and that's why you are. And just your ability to hold space and to send energy is something that people have to work a really long time to create, and you have that wonderfully. So, thank you for being here.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Bella Burita, final, my co-host, rock star. This show is nothing without you, and you're extraordinary, and I am grateful. So over to you.
Well, I am super honored and grateful that I get to do the show with you every day. Have people witness this greatness, this superpower of influence, because I know every time you drop that magic, it makes a difference in people's lives. And I am just so incredibly grateful. And I believe the team has dropped a gift because we are so grateful that you are here. So the team has dropped a gift for you. So definitely download that, because there is a formula for more time, money, and magic. There is a formula to getting yeses from people like Lee Steinberg
and Mr. Clemens. So definitely download that guide and talk to one of our strategists. Like even Adam Gugino went from zero, built a company from 0 to 750 million and 0 to 500 salespeople. And so there is a formula for that. So definitely have a conversation with one of our strategists. And Sean, back to you.
Yeah. And, Bella mentioned, and we say this only because of the relevance of some of the people here, the access point to Tony. And, I had the privilege of, I'll be speaking my 12th time on Tony Robbins' stage at Business Mastery, Baz, on that Saturday the 28th. And, Bella was in a room when Tony had some very unique acknowledgments he made of our work and this. And the dynamic of creating that is infinitely attainable for everyone. Dr. Phil was a very nice person, a very successful person. Or listen, I don't know if he was a nice person, but he was a human being, obviously working hard. And then he met Oprah. And he went from hello to yes with Oprah. And he met her through a lawsuit that she had at the time. And Oprah bought into the identity of Dr. Phil, or Phil, and then he became Dr. Phil, because some people say he's not even actually a doctor. And he went from being worth a couple $1 million to 300 million. Because Oprah Winfrey possessed a superpower of influence, and Dr. Phil was able to go from hello to yes with a person with that superpower, and therefore he obtained it. And it is infinitely attainable, infinitely. So appreciate all of you. Bella, fantastic job. As we draw to a close for today, I offer you this. The money, the time, the magic we want is out there. And what we do here at Unblinded is not just about the superpower of influence, it's what to do with it and how to get yourself to use it with integrity. And that dynamic is present, but the challenge is we are all blind, Bella Verita.
Just learning to see. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
Everybody.
That's awesome.